of being able to use our candles, the battery-operated candles on the timer, so they're just going to come on and switch off real easily for you.
Perfect. Well, we'll be talking about those a little bit later on in the show as well, but so many of you have already been asking about our trees. Do we walk? I feel like I'm walking in a forest over here, Colin. This is so... this is just the perfect tree. When I picture Christmas, this is the tree in my mind.
It is, because this is like you're in Aspen. It's like we've just been dumped with all the snow all over us. It's incredibly beautiful, glamorous and elegant. And it comes in 3 sections. It's 7.5 foot tall. It's got over 750 lights on them. And we've got beautiful acorns as well. And what's really beautiful is you see how feathered the tree is. It has a very, very natural, just fresh snowed look upon it. Now, when you do get this, it does shed a lot of snow because that's just the nature of it. But there's a tremendous amount of snow flocking on these trees. And you've got over 1,000 tips to be able to put different ornaments on. We've sold out of this tree every single year. It's for me, one of my favorite trees I've ever worked with. And
everybody who has written reviews about it just adores it. They say, this is my ultimate Christmas tree. I've tried several artificial trees. This is the one, worth every penny. That's what everybody says. So you actually have the choice of flocked, which is this beautiful snow-fallen look, or the long needle, which is that traditional, just green pine look. These are on 5 flecks of $99.99. This is the year.
This is the year. Isn't this gorgeous?
This is the centerpiece of your whole Christmas celebration.
And you know, when it comes to decorating, you always want to start with the great basics, okay? Because when you have a good foundation, you know, with a good result. And this is the most magnificent tree, you know, and it's 7.5 foot tall, which is very imposing, beautiful. It fills up a big living room. It's about nearly 45 to 55 inches in diameter at the base. The lights switch on and switch off. Have a look at that. See how easy
it's just a step.
It's just a step. So just popping my foot on there, popping my foot off. It's that easy to switch on. You're not going to bend down on all fours and poke your eyes out.
That's always good. That's always a plus.
And you can also see there's a lot of glitter in the snow. So that's why it takes on that shine.
Gives it that feeling.
Absolutely. And
it's
then
alive.
And these are real pine cones, so these are not artificial. And you've got 3 different sections. You've got 7.5 feet. You've got over 750 lights. And more than 1,000 tips to be able to apply all your ornaments to. It's a magnificent tree.
It is. Well, we have it in the studio right behind us.
Let's have a look at this. Go and have a walk over and have a look.
Mercury glass ornaments. And I can't figure out even where to go because I don't want to stand in front of it. It's too beautiful.
I love this red and white traditional look. Doesn't this look beautiful?
I mean, it's glamorous. It's so chic. All of these ornaments are available today, and we'll be talking about them a little bit later on the show, but you don't have to wait because that red and white look is
so gorgeous, isn't it?
Breathtaking. Absolutely breathtaking. This is a great time to change up your look. If you've been wanting to maybe make a change in some of your decorations, you can get an entirely new look this Christmas just from this show alone. I mean, you really have done it all.
And it always starts with the great basic. You know what I mean? If you start with anything in life, you have the right palette to start with, you set yourself up for success. And I think that's the same thing with this tree. I mean, you walk into a room, it owns the room, without a doubt. And it makes a very, very big statement. And you'll use, I think we have a 10-year guarantee on the tree, which is beautiful. But look how magnificent. It looks like it just snowed, doesn't it?
It does. Let's walk back to this, because I want you to be able to see... let's walk over to the long needle so you can see all of the options we're walking behind. You can see just how big it is. No dead spaces. No, you don't have to turn that one side to the wall.
No, not at all. It's very nicely feathered.
All around. This literally looks like you just cut it out of a forest.
Absolutely. And the great thing about this tree is it's never going to die. It's the easiest thing in the world. It's going to last at least 10 years with the guarantee. You've got 750 lights. You've got all these beautiful tips, over 1,000 tips to apply your ornaments to. It's more of a dense tree. It has a very beautiful symmetrical shape to it as well. It comes in 3 sections. And we all know the benefit of having a tree like this versus buying a tree that comes off the lot. Because when the tree comes off the lot, first of all, you're cutting down a tree. Okay, it's not that green. Secondly, you've got to carry it home. Then you've got to get it up the stairs. Then you've got to get it, you know, in a prominent place and try and get it to stand up straight and not the way it grew.
And in that water and try to not slosh it everywhere.
And then you've got to start adding all the lights to it. And about a week and a half later, as it starts to dry, all of the fronds start to have gravity take over, and in the middle of the night when your ornaments start hitting the floor, you think that you're in the middle of a wall.
Right, and it's a fire hazard because if you have it up for longer than a week, it's going to dry out.
Correct.
This is pre-lit, so you don't have to worry about stringing the lights. The lights are the worst part, I think, but it's completely lit with so many beautiful white lights.
We've got over 750 lights.
Oh my goodness.
I would like to think
750.
use about 100 lights per foot to give yourself a good look on a tree. So that are 7.5-foot trees got 750 lights on it. And once again, it's the same thing. You just switch it on, you switch it off with a click on the foot. So you don't, with the foot switch, you're not bending down about to poke your eyes out on all fours.
So beautiful. So if you want that traditional green tree, that pine tree, this is definitely the one for you. $4.99. But you're going to be using this for, I mean, officially you can use it for 10 years. 15 to 20 years.
You use it forever.
You'll
It's
have
guaranteed
this
for 10
tree
years.
forever,
Right.
and this will be part of your family. This tree, because it's so stunning and striking, kind of becomes a big part of your tradition. This is what you look forward to every year.
It's the first thing you do, because it's the centerpiece of your whole Christmas season.
It is. It really is. Maybe you have a tree, and you think, oh, I have one. I don't have one that beautiful. Put this one in your living room, and maybe you can keep the other one. Put it on the second floor, or put it in the kids' room, or put it outside,
one in the living room, one in the dining room, one in the entry hall. It's Christmas. It's the one time of the year we've licensed to be kitsch.
Yes,
right, absolutely.
That's it. Licensed to be kitsch.
Bring it all out. Absolutely. For 2 months, you get to be as kitsch as you want to be. But this is really a truly magnificent tree. I love the fact that we've got this really heavy, intense flocking. Must understand, when you unpack this at home, there will be a lot of the flocking in the box. It naturally comes off, but there's so much on you, this is going to last you forever. And I have to tell you one other thing about these trees. I don't know how many of you ever tried to flock a tree at home. Don't do it.
Oh, no.
It's the messiest thing in the entire world. It gets everywhere except where it's supposed to get. It covers up all the lights. You can't see the lights. This is such an easy way to go. It's the best remedy.
Right.
And you take it out of the box. It comes very easy to assemble. It comes in 3 sections. Just plug them together and you're good to go. So usually it takes forever and a day to start assembling the tree, cutting it down, getting it to stand up straight, applying all the light, then applying all of the flocking. And here we get to do the entire thing. You get this 7.5-foot tree with 750 lights on it, over 1,000 tips to do your decorating on, and these beautiful authentic pine cones, and it's very well feathered. And of course on top of it, it's heavily flocked, and as you can see back here, the easiest thing in the world to do is to switch the lights on or off.
Just with your foot.
Just with your foot.
You know what I love about this tree as well, Colin, is you made it look like a real tree. So many times those artificial trees, they're very rigid. They're very rigid. They look like, and you walk in and you say, oh, look at that artificial tree. Exactly. Yeah. This looks, you will not be able to tell, your guests, your family will not be able to tell that it's not a tree that you just cut down out of the forest. It's because it has that realistic look. You're getting this home on Flex Pay, 5 Flex. Such an easy way to do it. Those are 5 interest-free payments that you can pay off over 5 months. We take care of the billing, so you don't have to worry about it. 5 flexible payments of $99.99. You would pay this much for an artificial tree in one of those stores where they sell artificial trees. It will
probably $200 to $300 more than the cost of this tree.
And it won't look this beautiful. This is the centerpiece.
And
the tree's the centerpiece.
We've sold out of this tree every year for 5 years, and the customer rating on this has been amazing.
Huge customer pick.
Must tell you though that it's so heavily flocked. When you unpack it, you'll find a lot of flocking inside the box. It'll come loose. It'll come loose for the next couple of years. But don't worry about it. There's so much snow in here. This is going to last your lifetime.
Right, and that's because you're so generous with the flocking as well. Yes. Sometimes if you like a flocked tree and you go and you see one, they skimp on it. Yeah. They're like, oh, there's just a teeny bit of. It's like a powdered sugar dusting of flocking. This looks like a freshly snowed upon pine tree.
Look over here. Look at the amount of snow in here. Can we get the camera in here a little closer? Look at that. Isn't that incredible? Look at the amount of flocking on here. I mean, it's like, they're like white dreadlocks, right? It's unbelievable. We have a great tree.
And still so much room for all of your ornaments, as you see over there behind us on the set, with those beautiful Mercury ornaments that we'll have a little bit later on in the show. There's so much space, and still, with the gorgeous flocking, you can still see the flocking. The ornaments are so stunning, but there's plenty of space for everyone at the party.
You've got well over 1,000 tips to be able to apply all your ornaments to. And you'll notice here, look at the texture. See, some of these are shorter and some of these are longer. So it gives you a lot of texture within the tree. That's why you have this very natural tree. And a lot of people just put the ornaments on the tips on the outside. I like to dig deep, you know, and start to put the bigger ornaments inside as well. And the small ornaments, you really get wonderful gradation of size here. So the way I always like to take my approach to trees, put all your big ornaments first and spread them around. And then you do the medium size, and you fill in with the small ones.
That's a good tip.
It's a really good tip, because that way you get a beautifully balanced tree.
That's how to do it. I usually do it with, I just hand out whatever the kids can get to first, but I'm going to try that this year. Start with that. But what a great centerpiece to your entire Christmas tradition. This tree will become your Christmas tradition, pulling this out of the box. And of course, it comes in 3 sections, so easy to set up. All of the lights, the 750 lights already attached. You don't have to worry about any of that. It's all done for you. So much room for all of your beautiful ornaments, whether you have ornaments at home, whether you're going to be purchasing some of those gorgeous Mercury ornaments that you see right there.
Don't they look delicious and yummy?
Oh my goodness, I honestly, I can't wait to just completely redo my entire Christmas this year with your Mercury glass.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It just so reminds me of my grandmother's Christmas ornaments that have most of them broken, but they still have that feel, that memory of them and the design of them.
Do you remember as a kid when the box would come with all the ornaments and they looked so precious and so glamorous, like jewels in a box?
Yes.
Okay, so we've got great. You love jewels in a box to your Christmas tree. We've got so much for you coming up. It's unbelievable.
But this is the tree. This is your canvas.
This is the basic. Absolutely.
I mean, it is. And honestly, it's beautiful like that because it looks like what you would find in the forest. When you add your ornaments, it's like adding jewels. It's like adding jewelry to your
beautiful
black dress. Canvas. Yes.
This is the little black dress of Christmas.
It is.
You can't go without it.
No, absolutely not. So beautiful. Your choice is the flocked or the green that we're calling that.